Hello everyone, welcome back to Input Left's Pokemon Diamond Randomizer Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we left off just before we finished infiltrating the Team Galactic Veilstone headquarters. I actually went around the world in between episodes and did some rock climb stuff, got a few TMs.
Oh?
Nothing very exciting though, it was like Rain Dance, Water Pulse, Torment, you know? So... yeah, but I did it because I'm diligent, and yeah, it's time to get a move on. So let's go, we did it.
That's great. Thank you for doing that. I had no idea. Too bad there was nothing of value.
Yeah.
Well, so we're entering. This is the big episode where we take down Team Galactic. Maybe is that what's kind of happening or no?
Well, not in this episode. In this episode, we'll probably get to the end of the Veilstone HQ, but then right after that, you have to go up through Mount Coronet and do that whole thing at Spear Pillar, which is probably going to take like 2 or 3 more episodes.
Oh, but that is our legendary encounter then.
Yeah, and actually, when I was going around, there was something I was considering, and it's that we might actually, once you defeat Team Galactic at the Veilstone HQ, I think you set all of the lake spirits free, if I'm remembering the sequence right. And at that point, you might be able to go around to the 3 lakes and get a new encounter in each of like the lake caves where all the spirits are.
Oh, the lake caves count as like separate routes.
Yeah, because I ducked inside Lake Valor, and it's called like the Valor Cavern or something.
Oh, okay.
So it's a separate area. So that might happen after this. We'll have to see. I don't totally remember. But yeah, it's possible.
Well, that's some fun on the horizon.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so Joe and I, we're no longer in person. We're socially distanced once again.
Yep. Last week, we partook in the partial independence of some in our nation. And the week prior, we were together in person, and now it's remote play together, as they say. Which is just, it's not the same. I have to look at Mayor Bernie, look into his eyes, those green pupils, and just kind of imagine. I think you have blue eyes, but I'm imagining him.
Yeah.
I'm imagining your frustration at this game by looking into that face of his.
He does have blue, like, irises / pupils there. Like there's like 2 little pixels of blue there I can see.
It looks green to me, but you want to call it blue?
It's the same color as his ears, pretty much.
Maybe,
but,
if we look at the official artwork, it'll tell us something different.
Yeah, maybe you can pull up the official artwork and
but I won't.
Let me know how wrong I am. Okay.
I'll tell you you're wrong, and I don't need to look to find that out.
That makes sense. So one thing I did want to bring up.
Yeah.
So we've transitioned, and we noticed this on we made note of this on a recent post on our channel and other places. We transitioned to, for the indefinite future, 2 episodes per week, 2 uploads per week, down from 3. We made that change because we felt that 3 was a little too much of a time commitment for us, since we both have like full-time jobs and other, responsibilities besides. So we wanted to scale back a little bit. And one thing that I think like that has made an alteration in us for is that like it's a little harder to do like current event sort of like topics, because we record these in advance, obviously, and so like we might talk about something and then like 3 weeks later the video goes up and it's totally out of date. A good example of this is we just had last Friday, I think, was like our E3, like day before E3, like predictions.
Oh yeah.
Wherein we literally talked about like the Switch Pro and what we thought might come of it. Obviously Switch Pro wasn't revealed at E3, but between that video's recording and now, at a separate in a separate video, Nintendo revealed the Nintendo Switch OLED model, which is for all intents and purposes the Switch Pro, I think. So that video, that was like a few days before our video went live, so it's just like totally outdated. Very funny.
Well,
also I'm vindicated by that.
Okay, well, that's a separate thing. But let me say, I think in some ways it was actually well timed because it dropped around the conversation about. I don't know. Okay. All right. Google. It's Google. I didn't ask you anything. Okay, Google. You stop talking. Google. Okay, Google. Stop. Hey, Google. Stop. I didn't ask it for anything, and it was started talking about information retrieval, which is the scariest thing to be talking about. Well, I don't know. I thought it was well timed because OLED Switch dropped around our video about Switch predictions. So I don't know. In some ways, that's a kind of
very coincidentally well timed though. You know, like that's the it was by sheer accident.
Exactly. I imagine now with a 2 video though, like I feel like we can probably allow it our recording schedule to catch up to reality a little more, so we're only like 2 weeks ahead maybe instead of whatever it is right now.
Yeah, maybe we don't have to do like quite as big bulk recording sessions, although they are helpful when you're like, hey, I'm spending the weekend with family, no recording,
Hey,
whenever that happens.
I'm good. I gotta take a shower. No recording today.
Hey, I'm going pub crawling tonight. No recording today.
I went pub crawling last night. No recording today.
That's a bit more accurate, probably. Yeah.
I'm going to Quebec. That's my invitation of you. Actually, my family's going to Quebec today to visit some cousins. And
I don't have any family living in Quebec.
Oh. Well,
I think all of my extended family in Canada lives in Ontario, I believe.
Okay. Well, I mean, those are only nominally different for me, so.
They're no. See, if you said that about like Saskatchewan and Manitoba, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Ontario and Quebec are the 2 provinces
you could have just made
never
up.
Say that about.
You could have just made up 2 provinces just now.
and you wouldn't have known.
Manitoba.
Like, okay, let me try to think of an equivalent example here.
Yeah.
As saying Ontario and Quebec are like are just nominally different is deeply offensive, particularly to people in Quebec. It's like saying Scotland and England are interchangeable. Like that's how bad it is, basically.
I feel like that's not your strongest example.
Are you kidding me?
No, I know.
Have you never met a Scot?
I know that Scots, would like to emphasize the what's a good American state example? Is this like comparing Georgia and New York? Is it that bad?
No, because like that's not. I mean, obviously those are very different states, but they have to be like adjacent to the point that people get like very annoyed when they're compared, right?
Oh, okay. This is like a China-Japan situation.
Well, I think no, and I think that Scotland, England is a better example than that.
Okay.
Let me think for a bit. I'll get back to you. Like, there's a part of me that's thinking like North, South Dakota, but I don't know. That seems too niche.
I'm gonna guess that this is in large part because one is actually French Canada, and one is not. Okay.
Yes. That's why I brought up Scotland and England. Yeah. There's like 2 entirely different people basically living there.
Right.
Like at least that's how they see themselves.
So where are the ones we're talking about? Quebec and
Ontario, because Ontario is like that's where Ottawa is. That's where Kingston is. That's where Toronto is. Right. Like the like all of Canada's or most of Canada's like economic and political like power is concentrated in that province.
Right.
And it's historically been very English dominated, right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of English speaking settlers and colonists would have like lived historically in that area, and obviously other parts of Canada as well, but like because it's like I said, like this big center of political influence, like that's been where you would think the heart of English Canada probably is. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Quebec is the heart of French Canada, essentially, right? That's where Montreal is, Quebec City, obviously.
Right.
That's where you have like French spoken more commonly than English in many cases, right? Like everybody is bilingual. Some people probably speak only French in Quebec, right? Obviously, there's a lot of bilingualism in Ontario as well, but not to the same extent. And historically, there's been a lot of tension between the Quebecois, the people living in Quebec, and
what was that
Ontario.
word? What was that word?
Quebecois.
Quebecois.
It's
Quebecers.
It's like a French word.
Sure.
People from Quebec and people from Ontario, the rest of Canada, but particularly Ontario, right?
Yeah.
There's even like independence movements, like semi-viable independence movements in Quebec,
right.
Similar to how they are in Scotland, right?
Mm.
They don't always see themselves as part of the rest of Canada. Part of that's because they've been historically like mistreated by the rest of Canada, looked down upon. Maybe they don't receive as much government funding.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole history.
The dirty French.
I didn't live there
right.
for a ton of time to the point where I would have learned like all of the history of Canada. But suffice it to say that there's been a lot of tension historically between those two parts of Canada, and I don't know why I'm going so deep into this.
I think it's very fascinating.
I just thought it was funny that you said that. Yeah.
I also, the English and the French too have a huge history, so maybe that's just imported into. Now they have to share a country. Uh-oh.
I mean, that honestly might be part of where the original like distaste came from, right? Is that like historically they've had all of these issues, and so like that caused further issues, when they're like sharing this country together. Even though I think England and France nowadays are largely on pretty good terms, I'd say English and French Canada, it's not necessarily the same.
Right.
It's just kind of unfortunate that
they're only unified,
still alive and well.
They're only unified by their hatred of the indigenous peoples.
That's perhaps true. I don't want to say it's definitively true, because I might be misrepresenting history to an extent. Like maybe not the it wouldn't be the English side, I think, but maybe to an extent the French side was less hostile towards the indigenous. I mean, famously, the French allied themselves with various indigenous tribes in the 7 Years' War.
The French and Indian
against the English, as it's called in the United States, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, if you call it the 7 Years' War, I mean, you can confuse it with any other 7-year-long war, so I feel like that's not...
That's true.
Yeah. Well, here comes the big boss. He's 2000 late with his white hair dye. Do you remember that was a thing like a few years ago? I think dyeing your hair white, dyeing your hair wintry was like a temporary fashion trend.
I don't think so. Also, his hair is blue. Like his hair is definitely blue.
Yeah, but he's got that wintry color.
Sure. Okay.
That's
he's Ninja's biggest fan.
Ah, he's a fanboy. Or is this just Ninja all grown up?
Oh yeah, and he grew up and he's like, if you don't get angry after losing the game, you've lost twice. That's why I need the lake spirits to chain time and space to my will. Yeah,
exactly.
I think you're right.
He wasn't content with having his own Fortnite skin. He couldn't stop there.
No. His own book.
He has a book?
Brand. Oh yeah, I mean, who doesn't have a book?
I mean, yeah, big? But is it Ninja's Guide to Fortnite, or is it like a biography of a champion?
I think it's more the latter, but it's definitely like to an extent, it's like a life advice book, I think. I really haven't looked into it much. I certainly haven't read it. But I think it's one of those things of like how I became who I am, and like here's my mentality and how maybe you can like learn lessons from my life and apply them to your own. Like it's that sort of like memoir almost, right?
Oh no. Ninja Get Good. Get Good
Is
by
that what it's
Tyler.
called? Okay, so
Get Good. Ninja Get Good by Tyler Ninja Blevins.
He had to put Ninja in his name just so you knew.
Tyler
sure
quote
it was
Ninja
him.
unquote Blevins. The classic. It is my ultimate guide to gaming. So maybe.
Oh, so it is more of a guide, maybe. Okay.
Packed with illustrations, photographs, anecdotes, and insider tips. So it does have its own personal stories as well. Here's how. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I hate this. All right, get ready.
Okay.
So this is like
Get girls.
No, I feel like that comes later. What's the first step?
So it's here's how to get good, right? That's the overall thesis. Right. So what's the first step to getting good?
Yeah, gaming. Yeah.
Oh shit. Look at this play. Here's how to. I feel like it's going to be a mentality-based thing. I'm just trying to decide exactly.
It's a very, very specific activity to start on your gaming journey.
Like here's how to practice with a controller or mouse and keyboard.
So that's pretty much step 2. Here's how to build a gaming PC is step 1. So he's got his
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah. Here's how to build a gaming PC. Then practice with purpose, develop strategy, improve your game sense, pull together the right team. So that's, get your squad, stream with skill, form a community online, and much more. This is like kids who are, oh my god, this is, I'm just trying to think the mismatch between the content and the audience is probably, oh boy. He's massively popular for playing Fortnite, which boasts 40 million players per month. That's trying to associate 40 million with his name, even though...
I mean, he's certainly hit a lot of viewers in the past, and he's been the biggest streamer of all time, but yeah, it is kind of funny.
See all books by Tyler Ninja Blevins?
Oh, he's got more. Oh, maybe he does have a memoir as well.
He's got... Ninja Notebook, so that's just a notebook though, I think.
Oh, that did literally. Oh, he had light screen up. I'm so dumb.
Ninja War for the Dominions. Ninja, the most dangerous game. They look like comics.
What?
Is this a?
Oh yeah,
is it a graphic novel?
Yeah, he had graphic novels made about him. I forgot about that.
Oh my god, I hate that. I'm looking at he's like a comic book character.
Yeah.
Empowered by the show of resilience from Ninja and his friends in the Keterung, a broadcast battle royale game realm controlled by evil overlord Strigus Thule. The people in all of Thule's 1,000 dominions are now rebelling.
That's awesome. That's so awesome, dude.
He kept to serve as the villainous game master's tools for all of eternity.
Sword Art Online.
Ninja convinces.
Ninja
literally. Ninja convinces his friends to stay and help him free the dominions from Thule's tyrannic rule. With the tenacity, integrity, and camaraderie that kept our hero and his crew alive in the first challenge, helped them defeat the horrifying great beasts and strike us.
Just spoiled the first challenge for us.
Did I?
What the hell?
I guess. Well, I think by nature of there being a second one. And to be by nature of it being ninja, he would.
No.
His trusty. So I'm reading the first one now. His trusty sentient headband, HB.
Okay, dude.
So
this is literally converting a brand into a. Or taking a person and making them into a brand, I guess, is more accurate, and then turning that brand into a story character. Because you're probably familiar that that's part of his thing. He always wears this headband,
right.
And yeah, so they had to make that into an integral part of the narrative.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
And by awesome and cool, I think you probably mean obnoxious and horrible.
I do, but it's just so funny to me.
It's funny. It's funny, but then I remember that he's getting kids to make their parents pay money for this stuff.
Yeah, but it's no different than paying money for any other when you're a kid, when you're I need this new game because I really want it. It's basically the same, right?
I guess I hope
here's what I will say.
Fantasies. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Here's what I will say. Now I'm no pro gamer. Right, I'm no ninja.
Right, Tyler. That's ninja. Yeah.
But what I will say is about his steps to getting good. So practicing with purpose, like practicing is, if you do want to get really good at a game,
Yeah.
obviously practice is very important. And one big part of practice, unironically, is watching people who are better than you.
Yes.
Like a lot, and knowing how to watch them and what to like take away from watching them.
Mhm.
I'm certain that it's a big chunk of practice with purpose, and I bet you that he says watch my streams to know how to get good at
I'm sure.
at Fortnite and other games. So
I'm
it's
sure-
kind of like taking that good advice and twisting.
I'm
it
sure he
a bit,
asks
yeah.
you. Oh, we got the
another
Master Ball.
Yeah.
I'm sure he asks you to like buy his custom computer PC case as like your first step of building a PC. I'm sure he has one with his like logo on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring about the end of everything. I will get good.
Unlike you, I do not serve to make Pokemon my friends or even my tools. I make their power my own. That's how I get
A
good.
Pokemon is nothing more to me than a chug jug. Disposable.
I'll wipe out 100 tomato towns if I must to get what I need. Yeah, the Great Tomato Town Massacre will be nothing in the face of my accomplishments. You do actually.
I
have
will
another
not
boss fight, like, right
apologize
after this.
for dropping in Team Galactic HQ. Oh, I don't remember this part. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, this is another fight right now.
Yep.
All right. Saturn.
Kind of underwhelming that you fight one of the admins right after fighting the boss,
The big
but
boss,
whatever.
yeah. Maybe it's they're hoping you don't heal, and then it's a big like, uh-oh, you know, caught you.
Yeah, but you do see him though. Like you have to like talk to him. It's not like the cutscene snags you and it's like get wrecked, kid. You know.
True.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
So who are ninjas?
But maybe yeah.
Who are ninjas' friends? Who would like this person be in like the ninja canon? You know.
Oh, if Cyrus is Tyler Ninja Blevins.
Exactly.
Shoot, man, I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to say Drake. There is actually as you probably know, a Pokemon character named Drake, one of the Elite Four in Generation
Right.
3.
A reference to dragons, not
No, yeah, definitely.
Drake.
I don't know, like, it's been a long time since I watched Ninja, right?
Yeah.
So I really can't say, you know, who he surrounds himself with these days. No women, that's all I can say for sure.
Right. Well,
I'm just kidding. I think he does actually play with women now. But that was famously, he had this policy of not playing with women because he didn't want like people online to like make it weird and stuff.
yeah.
And I like, he has no responsibility to do that, right?
Right.
Like here's my take. Here's my take on
his
this.
bad liberal, quote unquote liberal like position.
It's not even. I wouldn't call it liberal. I would.
No,
call
it's not.
borderline conservative.
But the intention of it is that he's trying to signal is, oh, you know, I'm trying to protect
Yeah.
women. You know.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just protecting women. It was protecting specifically his wife.
Oh,
He said
okay.
that he didn't want her to feel uncomfortable because like people were like making these things, which that seemed a little weird to me.
Oh, that's
But,
like Mike
like-
Pence.
Like he said, he kind of right, yeah.
Yeah.
But like he didn't say. He said actually, I think quite explicitly that his wife wasn't asking him to do it, but that he did it of his own volition, which kind of makes it even weirder. But anyways, my take on it is this:
Yeah.
he has no responsibility to like to like play with women necessarily, right?
Right.
Like he doesn't have to do that. He can do this. He can have this policy if he wants to. But I reserve my right to think it's really fucking stupid, and that he should probably be playing with women. Like that's what it comes down to.
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. Technically, he can play with whoever he wants, but also like he could if he had like a "I will not play with Jews" policy. I feel like it would be unambiguously like an issue, and if he pays the people he works with, maybe actually would legally constitute like a hiring discrimination.
I think my biggest issue with it was that like he has this huge platform,
Yeah.
right? He has this massive like megaphone,
Yeah.
like that blasts directly into the ears of millions of children around the world.
Highly
right?
impressionable children.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
And think of how much good he could do if he just played with women as platonic friends.
Yeah.
And was like, and just didn't make a big deal of it. And whenever someone in chat said something weird, they got fucking banned immediately.
Right.
And he would say like, hey, that's unacceptable. She's my friend. We play games together. Right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine how much good that would do.
I know. He could educate
so many young
his
people,
audience.
particularly, especially because many of them are like, it's probably disproportionately boys in his audience, right? Just to see this like big role model of theirs saying that like, hey, and it's very easy for him to do it, right? Like he doesn't have to go out of his way to do this. To just to plant that seed in their minds that like, you know, you can be friends with women, like you can have platonic relationships with women who aren't your direct family, and women play games too.
Yeah.
Two huge issues. It's specifically among like male gamers, right? So I just think it's such a huge missed opportunity. And again, I think he does now play with women. I think he's changed that policy. But I just remember being very disappointed with it. And like even like female streamers came forward and were like, no, I get it, I understand it. And I obviously respect their opinions on the matter, but I just felt like it was such shaky reasoning that I really wish he'd made the like the thing is like it's not even like you have to make the decision to play with women streamers. You have to make the decision not to play with them. So I wish he hadn't made the decision, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Anyways, we got really we got really down the ninja rabbit hole. I don't know who this guy is.
That's Mr. Beast. 6,000.
Maybe. Maybe it is. He's got the right hair for Mr. Beast.
Oh. Is this going to be a really well animated
nope. They literally just
okay, I was joking that because I thought they were just gonna move the sprites. They didn't even do that. They just flicked them invisible.
They moved down. They moved down like 5 pixels.
They just disappeared. They didn't even have them walk off the screen.
I will say I remember the animation in Platinum being better, particularly like the spear pillar animation is going to be underwhelming. I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. When Dialga appears, it's going to be very underwhelming.
Okay, yeah, but
it's much better in Platinum, but this game will make you say like, "Wow, that's it."
I think you should get a hack in here for like the Stairway to Heaven to Arceus.
Oh, like to get the Arceus
so we can
event.
Experience it. Yeah, we can kill it.
Maybe once we're done with the game. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're gonna already get our spear pillar encounter with Dialga. So it's not like it's gonna give us another encounter.
It's for the memes.
But there's a few things we kind of have to do in the post game, like our contest episode. And everything.
Yes. Well, this is a good place to end this episode. In the comments,
I want to leave people on a cliff.
Quickly
though.
Oh, good idea.
It won't take long. But if you have any final message you want to impart to our audience,
something about the comments, something about Ninja in the comment. If you had a graphic novel, you know, what would be some of the core plot points, you know, about your story? That's a good one. So Ninja chose a sentient headband. So what part of your like?
Yeah, what clothing article of yours would become sentient in your graphic novel?
You know, hopefully, you know, is it like a hat? Hopefully, it's not like your pants, but. Whatever it is, you know, no judgment. So.
Oh yeah, he's not here yet. I think we have to do the Mount Coronet thing first.
Okay. Well, cliffhanger. We're gonna next episode we do the Mount Coronet thing. That's big. Who knows what that's gonna be like?
Oh yeah.
Who knows? See you next time.
Bye everyone. Right with the fade to white there. That's where you gotta end the episode.